If you've been tuned into the latest headlines, you're probably aware that Sean Diddy Combs has been at the center of escalating controversies. We're talking about a series of lawsuits, a slew of serious allegations, and intensive federal investigations, digging into some rather grave matters. But now, the plot thickens into an almost surreal twist. It appears these investigations have unearthed a potential connection between Diddy and a cold case, the mysterious disappearance of a little girl who vanished in 2015. Yes, you heard that right. A case that has haunted her family for years now seemingly intersects with Diddy's escalating legal woes. Today, we're going deep, diving headfirst into this convoluted tale to unravel what's truly happening. We'll dissect the allegations lodged against Diddy, delve into the ongoing investigations linking him to Ava Grace Baldwin, and reflect on the broader implications for the entertainment industry. Gear up. If you're ready to venture down this rabbit hole, prepare yourself, because we're about to explore some of the darkest corners of Diddy's empire. It's a journey that demands to be shared, for Ava Grace Baldwin, for Chris Kelly, and for every single victim of abuse and exploitation that's been overshadowed by the glitz of the industry. We're peeling back the curtain on the darker aspects of Diddy's life, starting with explosive new footage that might just serve as the smoking gun in this saga, suggesting that Diddy's misdeeds could eclipse even those of Jeffrey Epstein. Diddy's troubles have spiraled from bad to dire, marked by Homeland Security executing raids on his lavish residences in LA and Miami. Official reports tie these raids to an ongoing investigation into potential human trafficking, where several individuals, including 3 unnamed women and 1 John Doe, have already been questioned by the Southern District of New York. The scope of this inquiry spans allegations of human trafficking to the illicit solicitation and distribution of drugs and firearms, all linked to Diddy, with more individuals slated for interviews. As if the gravity of these federal inquiries wasn't enough, Diddy also faces a shocking new lawsuit. A woman alleges that 2 decades ago, when she was just 17, she was sexually assaulted by Combs and 2 others in a New York City studio. She recounts being a naive high schooler from Detroit when she encountered Harve Pierre, then president of Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment, who whisked her away to New York under the guise of opportunity, only to introduce her to a night of drugs, alcohol, and unspeakable acts. The lawsuit is bolstered by photographs of her on Diddy's lap, allegedly taken on that very night at Daddy's house recording studio. The federal government is taking these allegations with utmost seriousness, not ready to dismiss any leads that might tie Diddy to these heinous acts. The intensity of their investigation suggests that even Diddy's cooperation might not be sufficient to clear his name. Chris Hansen, famously known for To Catch a Predator, recently weighed in on Fox News, articulating a stark outlook on Diddy's predicament. According to Hansen, mere cooperation with federal agents won't absolve someone implicated in human trafficking unless they're trading in the league of criminals like John Gotti, and by all accounts, that isn't happening. Hansen reveals just how tightly controlled this investigation has been. Some agents weren't even aware of whose property they were raiding last week until they arrived on site, and amidst swirling rumors, there are also allegations that Diddy could have been attempting to influence law enforcement through his security chief, a severe accusation from a figure who's built his reputation on unmasking predators. If Hansen is hinting that even Diddy's influence won't sway the federal outcome, then the gravity of the situation is unmistakable. The federal authorities are known for their uncompromising stance on human trafficking, undeterred by status or celebrity, suggesting they may use Diddy's case as a high-profile example. The chilling reality is, if Diddy is indeed culpable of these crimes, the ramifications could be profound and far-reaching. Ava Grace Baldwin's case is particularly poignant. Last seen on September 17, 2015, in San Antonio, Texas, her disappearance has remained a troubling enigma. The online world buzzes with speculation and conspiracy theories about her whereabouts. Adding a layer of complexity, it's rumored that Ava's own mother, Katie Baldwin, might have abducted her amidst a custody battle with Ava's father, who alleges they vanished just as he was about to secure guardianship. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this complex tapestry of fame, power, and crime. This isn't just about sensationalism. This is about bringing dark truths into the light, ensuring that the stories of Ava Grace Baldwin and countless others aren't silenced or forgotten in the shadow of celebrity. Now the authorities have issued a felony warrant for Catherine, sparking rumors that she's fled the state in a silver 2014 Ford Escape, Illinois plates Q2,927,900 993. She's vanished, with little Ava's whereabouts shrouded in mystery. Yet Ava's father, David Hopper, remains undeterred. He's leveraging social media to its fullest, tirelessly seeking any lead that could bring his daughter home safely. Through all the lies, my daughter is having to live a life where she's forced to hide. Hopper laments. I don't even know if she's with her mother or if she even has the same name anymore. There are days when I wake up and wonder, is she even alive? Despite relentless efforts from law enforcement, family, and a nationwide community of supporters, Ava remains missing. The mystery continues to ignite social media, with speculations and theories multiplying daily. Now, a new twist in the narrative has emerged, linking Diddy to this perplexing case. Given the recent scrutiny surrounding him, raids, allegations of human trafficking, the public can't help but probe deeper, questioning if there might be more layers to this story. As Diddy's controversies accumulate, so do the rumors. The internet is ablaze, piecing together fragments that may not even fit, driven by a desperate need to explain the unexplainable disappearance of a young girl. But with Diddy's recent dubious headlines, it's hard not to suspect a connection. Amidst this turmoil, fresh allegations against Diddy have surfaced, involving other high-profile figures. Take Usher, the R&B icon, who spent a year living with Diddy as a young teen, a stint arranged by La Reid. In a 2004 Rolling Stone interview, Usher recounted the unconventional lifestyle he was exposed to at Diddy's residence, a world filled with adult situations wholly inappropriate for someone his age. He recalled walking into rooms where intimate activities were the norm, a reality that left him bewildered and uncomfortable. Reflecting on these experiences during an appearance on The Howard Stern Show, Usher described them as pretty wild, confessing he saw things he could scarcely understand at the time. But Usher isn't the only young star linked to Diddy's questionable influence. Footage of Diddy with a young Justin Bieber has also raised eyebrows. In one 2009 video, Diddy is seen promising Bieber the keys to a silver Lamborghini once he turned 16, a seemingly generous offer shadowed by the murky context of their interactions. Another clip captures Diddy playfully chiding Bieber for not staying in touch, a conversation that now casts a troubling light on their relationship. Then there's Cassie, the singer who met Diddy when she was just 19 and he nearly 40. A lawsuit she filed in Manhattan claims that Diddy coerced her into compromising situations as part of a manipulative relationship that began when she signed onto his label. According to her testimony, Diddy orchestrated encounters that deeply violated her, all while he watched and recorded. Although this case was settled out of court, it triggered a cascade of similar accusations. Perhaps the most poignant of all is the story of Chris Kelly of Criss Cross, a narrative that dates back to the heyday of Diddy's Bad Boy Records and Jermaine Dupri's So Def in the 90s and early 2000s. Before Usher became Dupri's protege, there was talk that Diddy and Dupri had a falling out over Criss Cross. Discovered by Dupri and skyrocketed to fame with their hit Jump, the young duo, famous for their backward clothes, might have been privy to the same wild scenes Usher later described, scenes that could have played a role in the personal struggles and tragic early death of Chris Kelly. In weaving these threads together, the fabric of Diddy's influence, both public and hidden, begins to reveal a disturbing pattern, casting a long shadow over the glamorous facade of celebrity life. Each story, each allegation adds a layer of complexity to our understanding of the power dynamics at play within the music industry's glittering echelons. Fast forward to 2011, and rapper Cat Williams drops a scathing freestyle, targeting everyone from Steve Harvey to Diddy, but he unleashes his fiercest barbs on JD, spitting, "What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah, Jermaine Dupri, king of the You Ask Me." Then, in his infamous Shannon Sharpe interview a decade later, Cat targets Diddy again, asserting he had to reject millions just to maintain his integrity. "And that virgin I was telling you about, right? 'Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did." As Cat publicly denounces JD and Diddy for alleged sexual misconduct, it's challenging not to reflect on Criss Cross, particularly Chris Kelly. In 2013, Kelly tragically died from a drug overdose after battling substance abuse for years, a struggle some speculate was exacerbated by the trauma of his early fame. Diddy, acknowledging Kelly's death via tweet, inadvertently fueled further speculation about their past interactions. Despite the charitable facade, Diddy has developed a notorious reputation for exploiting his artists. This exploitation was highlighted when he finally returned the publishing rights to the artists and songwriters responsible for the hits of Bad Boy Entertainment, a move that left the industry stunned. For years, Diddy has been criticized for how he treated his artists, with claims from former The Band member Freddie P in March 2022 encapsulating the sentiment. Like, "This puffy is the main reason why I hate life, dog. Don't even understand, like, I don't even give a. I've never been to a point where I thought of living myself my whole life. Never. I mean, I'm a gangsta." Diddy's response? He chastised Freddie P to stop his crying, toughen up, or get out of the way. A stark contrast to the supportive image he often projects. Then there's the long-standing feud with Mays over publishing and finances, a saga filled with public disputes and mutual recriminations. Thus, when the artists finally regained their publishing rights, it felt less like generosity and more like a strategic move to improve Diddy's public image, especially as this gesture coincided suspiciously with the release of his latest project, The Love Album, Off the Grid, and his attempts to silence former artists with NDAs. However, for the artists who suffered under his regime, this gesture was too little, too late. The damage was done, and no restitution could erase the years of disrespect and exploitation they endured at the hands of Sean Diddy Combs. The pattern of raids, trafficking allegations, and accusations of grooming and abuse paints a disturbing picture of what might have been happening behind the scenes. Now, with the inclusion of Ava Grace Baldwin's case, the narrative deepens, casting Diddy in an increasingly sinister light. Recent resurfacing of an old video has intensified public scrutiny. In the footage, Diddy introduces a little white girl named Ava Combs, whom he claims to have adopted under questionable circumstances. Observers were quick to note her striking resemblance to the missing Ava Grace Baldwin, sparking wild speculations and concerns. In the video, Ava recounts a highly irregular adoption story, claiming she was picked up from the streets by Papa Combs. This account, far from typical adoption procedures, raises severe doubts about its legitimacy and Diddy's intentions. The ongoing comparisons with notorious figures like Jeffrey Epstein, particularly concerning allegations of using his yacht for illicit activities, suggest a pattern of behavior mirroring some of Epstein's most heinous acts. As the federal investigation continues, if any evidence of human trafficking or other criminal activities surfaces, Diddy could face severe legal repercussions. The disturbing parallels between his actions and Epstein's underscore the urgent need for systemic change within industries where power imbalances are exploited, silencing victims and enabling predators. The tragic reality is that the heart of this saga lies the real victims, whose lives and careers have been irreparably damaged by individuals they trusted. Whether it's young women coerced into silence, artists stripped of their rights, or children like Ava Grace Baldwin, whose disappearance remains a painful mystery. These are the true casualties of a system that prioritizes profit over people. As we confront these grim realities, it's crucial to advocate for a system that holds abusers accountable, supports survivors, and ensures justice for those who have been silenced or overlooked. Remember, behind each allegation are individuals enduring unimaginable pain, fighting for a voice in a world quick to forget the most vulnerable. Thank you for engaging with this deep dive into a complex and troubling issue. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to help continue the conversation and drive meaningful change.